Hello and welcome back to Asia Now. My name is Alex, and in this video I'll tell you about two foreigners involved in a physical altercation over a Thai woman. Older expat intentionally ran over by an airport taxi in Thailand. More details about Manila airport fee increase. Parts of Vietnam devastated by Typhoon Yagi. Plus much more, beginning with the Philippines to USD exchange rate. $1 equal to 56.49 pesos. And let's move on to our main story. A fight broke out between two drunk foreign men over a Thai woman in Phuket, Thailand. The incident occurred outside an entertainment venue in Rawai neighborhood. Videos of the altercation were shared on social media, showing the two men challenging each other and engaging in a physical fight. While some Thai netizens found the brawl amusing, others called for the police to take action and deport the foreigners involved. It remains unclear if the fight was actually over a Thai woman, as she was not present in the videos. I like how they said it's over a Thai woman, but then they say she wasn't present. Regardless, drunk people getting into altercations, fights, it can happen, not just in Thailand or the Philippines or Vietnam, anywhere in the world, right? So I think, though, the fact that you're a tourist, a foreigner, a visitor, maybe short-term, long-term visa, it doesn't matter. It's best to behave yourself. You don't want to get deported and not be able to come back into the country, especially if you got a woman there or a business of some sort, because yeah, it's not nice to be blacklisted. Moving on to our next story. This one also involving an expat in Thailand. A Thai airport taxi driver in Phuket intentionally hit an old foreign man who was walking in a narrow alley. The incident was captured on CCTV camera, and a Thai witness came forward to condemn the taxi driver's action, saying he should have honked the horn instead of hitting the man. Fortunately, the foreign man was not seriously injured. However, the witnesses who saw the footage were unimpressed by the taxi driver's behavior and called for legal punishment. The local police and the Land Transportation Office have yet to respond to the incident. I don't know about just condemning his actions. In some places, that could be considered assault or even attempted. You can't just run somebody over in a taxi just because they're in the middle of the road. You have to consider, why are they in the middle of the road without hearing you coming from behind them? Some older people have hearing problems. Maybe they can't hear you properly. In Thailand, I know honking is really frowned upon. But what's worse, honking a horn or running with your car? Anyways, despicable in my opinion, especially if it's an older person. Even if the man was purposely going slowly and trying to prevent, I don't think under any circumstance it's okay to with your car, at least not an innocent person like this. And then moving on to some extreme weather in Hanoi, Vietnam. Due to Typhoon Yagi, the floodwaters have reached levels not seen since 2008, forcing thousands of residents to evacuate their homes. The typhoon has caused widespread damage, including the collapse of major bridges, power outages, and disruptions to factories. The death toll from the storm has climbed to 127, with at least 54 people still missing. Authorities have issued flood and landslide warnings for 401 communes across 18 northern provinces, and rescue efforts are still ongoing. Some of the footage coming from Vietnam are really disturbing. This typhoon is very strong, and even in the northern parts of Thailand right now, there's flooding and landslides going on. 2 people have passed away in Chiang Mai as well, and in Chiang Rai, floodwaters are extremely high. I was actually there a couple days ago to check out the temple there, the beautiful white temple. Anyways, kind of alarming what's going on with these floods that have been going on for, I guess, this kind of stuff's been happening for a long time, but with social media now, the weather getting warmer, and I don't know what's going on, but it seems like, to me at least, extreme weather seems to be more common than when I was a kid. Next up, 10 suspects of trafficking Filipino and Chinese nationals based in Pasay City are presented to the media by the NBI. The NBI Director Jamie Santiago said that the group uses various technologies such as social media and online platforms, artificial intelligence, and encryption and anonymity tools, and online marketplace in illegal trade that victimizes them. And a total of 27 victims were rescued during the operation on September 6th. Good. I'm glad they were caught. I hope that the NBI and the government throws the book at them. And then yesterday I told you guys that the fees at the Naya International Airport are increasing. Here are some more details regarding that. The new operators of Ninoy Aquino International Airport, Naya, has received the green lights to increase usage fees at the gateway and could earn $11 billion annually. That's over $200 million. From the collection of passenger service charges alone. Travelers would have to pay more when flying out of Naya starting next year, as outlined under the Manila International Airport Authority revised administrative order. The new Naya Infrastructure Corp, led by San Miguel Corp, will take over the operations and maintenance of the gateway on September 14th. By October 2025, the PSC will go up by 72% to 950 pesos for foreign departures and by 95% to 390 pesos for local bookings in the second year. Wow, incredible. Almost 100% increase for domestic flights just within a year. Personally, as I said yesterday, I don't mind this increase if the money actually goes to what it's supposed to go to improve the Naya terminal itself, the airport itself, just the customer service, just the overall Naya administration, the operations, the flooding, the electricity, the rats, the bed bugs, the delays, the terminals being this way and that way. Regardless, I hope all the money goes to where it's supposed to go, because sometimes when major corporations or private sectors come into play, you never really know unless you do a proper audit, and by that time you find out where the money went. Staying with airport news, starting December 8th, 2024, there will be a direct flight between Paris and Manila and vice versa. Interesting. So possibly more French nationals coming into the Philippines. And the last airport news, the Philippines' first self-driving bus service arrives in New Clark City on Wednesday, September 11th. This mass transportation service will start operation within New Clark City, Clark Freeport Zone, and Clark International Airport on Wednesday and will be free of charge until June 2025. Interesting. Self-driving buses. Hey, as long as it can make the airport experience better, why not? And then some big news potentially for the US politics and the presidential race. I don't usually know much about this or care, to be honest, but Taylor Swift has now endorsed Kamala Harris for the presidency. This is huge potentially because she has a huge number of followings, especially younger people who actually do support generally Kamala Harris. Regardless, this is what she said. You guys can pause this and read it. I'm not going to go any more in depth into this, but kind of interesting as I feel like it could potentially swing the actual outcome of the presidency. Maybe. I don't know, but pretty big news if you're into that kind of stuff. Check that out. And now it's time to jump into our segment called Yesterday Today, where I share some of the most popular comments regarding our previous video. At Edgar Lugo 540 says, of course, Alice Go had help from some Filipinos escape the Philippines, and if you're thinking otherwise, you're in denial. Next up, Rodney says they're all corrupt. I think referencing the Philippines government and officials and everybody pretty much. Mr. Gecko or Mrs. Gecko says this whole thing is ridiculous. For 10 or 20,000 peso, as Zambo fishermen will run away over to Malaysia, which has very leaky borders with Indonesia. And lastly, Steve says they left on a private boat. Not really that hard to do. And those were some of the top comments. Leave your comments down below regarding any of the stories I shared with you guys today. If you take the time to write it, I'll take the time to respond. And if you enjoyed this video or are new to the channel, haven't had a chance to subscribe, consider subscribing. It only takes a second, but really motivates me. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. We're nearing 5,000 subscribers. Turn on bell notifications so you get notified when I release videos. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.